With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in French. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description. Welcome to Can Do French by FrenchPod101.com.
Bonjour à tous, je suis Lia Mercier. Hi everyone, I'm Lia Mercier. In this lesson, you learn how to make small talk about the weather.
This is Karen Lee. She sees her neighbor, Flo Toussaint, and starts a conversation by saying, "It's hot today."
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Listen to the conversation and focus on Karen's comment. Ready?
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Oui, en effet.
Once more with the English translation.
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
It's hot today.
Oui, en effet.
Yes, indeed. Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Karen says, "It's hot today"?
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Let's start with the word
Chaud,
meaning hot, as in the temperature.
chaud, chaud,
Before
chaud.
is
Il fait,
literally it makes, but translates as it's in this context.
il fait,
First is
il,
it.
il.
Next is
Fait,
translating as is in this context.
fait, fait,
Note
fait,
is from the verb
faire.
meaning to do or to make. But in this instance, when talking about the weather, it translates as to be.
Faire.
Last is
Aujourd'hui.
meaning today.
Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui.
Altogether,
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
literally, it makes hot today, but translates as it's hot today.
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Flo Toussaint says, "Yes, indeed"?
Oui, en effet.
This starts with the expression
Oui,
meaning yes.
oui. Oui,
After this,
en effet.
literally, in fact, or, in this case, a more natural translation, indeed.
En effet. En effet.
Altogether,
Oui, en effet.
yes, indeed.
Oui, en effet.
The pattern is
Il fait, adjective. Aujourd'hui.
it is adjective today.
Il fait, adjective. Aujourd'hui.
To use this pattern, simply replace the adjective placeholder with a suitable adjective. In this lesson, you'll learn adjectives related to the weather that you can use with this pattern. Imagine it's cold.
Froid.
Cold.
Froid. Froid.
Say, it's cold today. Ready?
Il fait froid aujourd'hui.
It's cold today.
Il fait froid aujourd'hui.
In French, you can't use any adjective with the construction il fait. It's restricted to a small set of adjectives, such as the adjectives covered in this lesson and some others. Mauvais. Bad weather. Lourd. Heavy, sultry. Gris. Gray. Other adjectives appear in more complex sentences or different patterns altogether.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui. Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Il fait froid aujourd'hui. Il fait froid aujourd'hui.
Il fait frais aujourd'hui. Il fait frais aujourd'hui.
Il fait beau aujourd'hui. Il fait beau aujourd'hui.
Il fait tellement chaud. Il fait tellement chaud. Did you notice how I added tellement in the last sentence?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Il fait tellement chaud.
It's so hot.
Il fait tellement chaud. Tellement
Is an intensifier, and it translates as so, as in so hot in this case. Simply add it in front of the adjective to express a high degree of intensity. The pattern is
tellement adjective.
so adjective.
Tellement adjective.
Let's review the key vocabulary.
Chaud.
Hot,
Chaud. Chaud. Froid.
cold,
Froid. Froid. Beau.
nice weather,
Beau. Beau. Frais.
cool weather,
Frais. Frais. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say hot? Chaud. Chaud. And how to say today? Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui. Do you remember how Karen Lee says, "It's hot today"?
fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui. Do you remember how Fleur Toussaint says? Yes, indeed.
Oui, en effet.
Oui, en effet. Do you remember how to say cold? Froid. Froid. And how to say nice? Beau. Beau.
Let's practice. Imagine your Fleu. Comment to Karen on the cold weather today. Ready?
Il fait froid aujourd'hui.
Oui, en effet.
Listen again and repeat.
Il fait froid aujourd'hui. Il fait froid aujourd'hui.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Ben Lee. Comment to your classmate on the hot weather today. Ready?
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Oui, en effet.
Listen again and repeat.
Il fait chaud aujourd'hui. Il fait chaud aujourd'hui.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Mark Lee. Comment to your neighbor on the nice weather today. Ready?
Il fait beau aujourd'hui.
Oui, en effet.
Il fait beau aujourd'hui. Il fait beau aujourd'hui.
As in many countries, starting a conversation with some remark about the weather is very common, so don't hesitate to use this pattern to start a conversation. France's climate is temperate. The south is famous for its sunny and hot summers, while the Brittany region, La Bretagne, is often perceived as a region where it rains continuously. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to give an opinion about the weather in French. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.